So what we're going to do right now is, let me show the website where we left off. Over here on my IIS, you can see that I have the resource web API running here. My authorization server is running here as well. We've done all that out here on stream. And then the MVC application is right here. Let's give that a try. Good afternoon. Besides the technical difficulties, how's it going this afternoon? It's going pretty well. Yeah, my mic is no longer outputting from this, so I can't really hear myself. So I'll be switching the setup here. I'll be picking up a different setup this afternoon. But it's going good. A little bit slow morning, but not too bad. So we're waiting for the MVC to start up here. So we're authorized. That means that we've hit everything. And then I believe that where we left off was that we were able to hit our providers. And there it is. So here, this is a little bit screwed up. Let me fix this. Over here in my PHS MVC, I want to take a look at the views on this thing. It's in an area, right? And then it's called my alley chat. It's called view and it's called Twitch. And I want to take a look at this index. It's the widget index. The widget index here, one of the things that I have, I need to do like 133, is I cut out the Twitch ID here. But it's still giving me the edit delete like that. The code, where's code? It's giving me a why am I dumb? I don't see it. I only see that it's supposed to be. Let me check something. Code. Strange. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. I'm in the Twitch. I need to look in providers. Dumb rum. Okay, so here in index, we're going to need to look at the partial, which is called widget index, and then we want to delete this code. There we go. And remember, since we're working in the front end, we don't need to recompile. And we're good. So here, the edit's not going to work, right? So let's fix that. We need to first create a new view in here called edit. Man, I need to probably get a new computer here soon. We're calling it update, I think, right? And it's going to be an update or an edit. And it's going to be on my, it's called the provider view model, right? And no data context class, and we can just add that. How's the audio, Shadow? It's all kind of messed up for me. So this is mostly correct, but what we want to change is, this thing is the widget update. So this has to have all of this index stuff in it. Let's bring that in. I'm going to move it over here, we'll just bring this stuff in here. And this is just one view model, right? This is from the template. This is going to be a registered provider. And then our widget here is, because this is the beginning of the widget. And then this here is, we're going to have a create new. Oh, and then this changes here within the widget body. All of this goes away. Is it just that? And I guess this table. Now, that's it. So let's bring in this stuff, which is my form. And then we'll format it. Okay. This is going to bring in my anti-forgery token. And then getting one for the code, which we don't care about. Do we? No. Yeah. That's fine. And then here we want to leave that and like that back to list. That's fine. Okay, so now we need to take a look at update. And this needs to contain the same thing that this has. And then we're going to, this is going to say providers registered, alley chat, we need to get rid of this. Oops, yeah, because this is an edit, provider registered. and then this is going to be a render partial here. It's going to be rendering my widget update, right? Wow. Interesting, all that auto formatting. I don't know about all that in when I'm in the HTML view. Okay, and then we have something here called back to list, which is already set up, so we're good there. That should be my edit. Let's give it a try. Back over here, I did make a boo-boo, and I want to uncomment the code here. That was dumb. Okay. All right. So now our edit should I need to look at the controller because my update here doesn't even have one that it's pulling. So it's get here. This is a GUID, right? I wonder if it'll take a GUID or if it has to be a string. We'll see. Okay, and now I need to load that, right? So it's going to be my service, client services dot get provider async, and we want to get the one which is my ID here, and then it's the resource API URL, and then my business off with the token, bearer token. Okay, this is an await, and then this is going to be called var provider, and this needs to be in an async method, which returns a task. And then it's returning my provider, because that's a view model, right? That's a response. So it needs to be my, if my provider dot message response code is equal to my, as an integer, my HTTP status code dot OK. So if it is OK, then we're going to return the view with my provider dot message. Oh, provider. And that's a provider view model. Perfect. And now this one we need to do like a redirect to action. And the action name is going to be index. I think that'll do it. And then this is a post back here, so we'll have to probably fix that. Edit was not found. So we're not calling it update, it's called edit. Oops. Hold is live. There it is. Takes just a moment here to spin everything up as it gets its token, but we're going to fix that with that Katana pipeline. So there it is. Now it's successfully loading the So I want to take a look here at the widget edit, and I want to change that ugly text, which I think is just hard-coded in here, which is just going to be called provider. And then when we do this, we're going to be passing back this provider view model to my controller here. How are you doing this form? Where's my anti-validation token? Submit, save. I think this just sends back a view model. Let's try that. So I think that new setup shadow, I think it's going to cut the air conditioner noise. And we got our view model here. Perfect. So now we can update it. So I almost positive I have like a client services dot update provider async, which is going to be having this new request, which has a something in it. What is this crap? Why am I doing it this way? This should be a view model. Like this, right? And then we probably want to do something here where we're going to have like a mapper dot. So you need to have something in here called like a protected mapper, right? And then this thing, my base client services, it's going to need to have a base class called base client services, right? And this thing is going to call by public abstract void initialize automapper. But it has no body because it's a like that. Yeah, it'll be it'll be nice. Not like we don't hear it in your air conditioner. Yeah, I think it's got a buzz. And then we need to, because I've listened to it a little bit. This one, we need to add initialize automapper here. I mean on the interface, right? Just like that, right? I think it's just void. I forgot void, sorry. Okay. Ugh. Okay, and that looks pretty good. So now back over here, we're gonna have this error because I don't inherit from the base. If I look back here, this also needs to have something called a no, it doesn't. That's fine. And then you need to have that abstract, which is a public void initialize automapper. And now this thing needs to be provider view model. This project needs in this client services alley chat. So that's down here in my module alley chat. It's called client services. We need to add in here automapper. All right. This is override, right? Okay. So now in this one, what you need to do is mapper equals new, and it's going to be a automapper dot, I think it's called an automapper configuration. Mapper configuration. And I know it's going to be something like this. And then don't be fooled because there's always create mapper. And now we need to create our interactions. Okay, so our first map is and we want to go from the client, nope, provider view model, and we're going to the provider create request. And the next one will be a create map from my provider view model to my provider update request. I wonder why it's not happy with me. Whatever. Too fast for it, I guess. All right, so now here we're going to do mapper dot. And now we want to do like a provider. We're just going to call this a request. Equals, and then this will be provider, right? And this one's going to go to my provider create update request. And it's passing the provider here. Then we can do the same thing up here. So this is going to be a var request equals, and this is a provider view model. Like that. And this is going to be a mapper.map. Okay, and so now we're going to map here my provider, right? Create request. Okay, and then we need to change it up here. Okay, like that. Oh, okay, so this, we're updating here my view model. Right? This needs to be a task, right? And it's async. And now we're going to update this. Oh, you forgot the rest of this. And my base authorization layer dot token dot bearer token. If my response dot code is equal to my integer of my HTTP status code dot okay, then we're going to return that. I wonder if we have something here like viewbag.message. Let me see what we have in here, this thing. Because viewbag is just a really simple place that we can pass information from the controller to the view, but we don't necessarily want to. We have a title. I don't see it. Title. crap. Okay. And then we're just going to return this, but we don't want to return the whole thing, just the error. Bam. Okay, this one says that it's hiding the inherited member, so let's add that. And so now here it's going to be mapper dot. Oh, back down here you must not have this thing as a core client services. So that's here in my core client services. We want to add the auto mapper. What? So it's not letting me get it still? Or is it just not updating? Client services auth. I also need to add an auto mapper here. And now it's going to be dot create map equals a new mapper configuration C, where my C is equal to this, and then it's also going to have this dot create mapper. Perfect. Now let's run it. You think it's going to work? Here it is. And then I think we're going to set up our authorization. Oops. Here we go. Providers. What happened? Let's look at the MVC here, at the providers edit. Provider ID is null. Is that fine? Hold on. No, that's bad. Okay, so because that happened, you have to come back up here to this, and you have to do a for member, and it's going to be like a V where my V dot this is a create request though, so the provider ID is where did that come from? That's confusing. Hold on. This should be fine. Let's try it again. And then I think we're going to hook this up to Twitch auth for the next one. I need a break from doing the view stuff. So this thing, this provider update request, what you're sending over is a provider ID to the web API. So that's what the web API is expecting. So it's in the update is where you need to do it. Right? It's going to be my V, where my V dot provider ID. And then this goes to, and I don't remember this exactly. Oh, come on. All right, I haven't used this yet. So what we want to do is we want to do a custom mapping for AutoMapper in C#. This. And then it's going to be a M, I think we're doing T here, where my T goes from my, no, T dot map from, and then you have to do one more here. ID. Try it again. Okay. Okay, and it changed it to provider 101, right? It did. So it worked. And now it's changed. So now we have an edit working. That's great. I don't know, I don't think we have details in here yet. Should we do that one real quick? Okay, so details are easy. If we look over here, this is not this. This is a GUID, right? Details are going to return this var it's a provider equals my await my client services dot get provider async, and we're going to be passing in my ID and then my resource whatever, and then my BLL auth dot token dot bearer token. So if my provider dot response code is equal to my integer of my HTTP status code dot okay, then you want to return the view that is the provider dot provider. So we're going to say that this is the response to make sense. And otherwise down here you're just going to redirect. Hey San Iron, thank you for that follow, very much appreciate that. If you have any questions, please put them into the channel. We've got a really active and supportive community. Join us at discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com. Prom X says, you're cool, man. Thanks, I think. All right, this one here is my, let's see here. This one here is now, if in fact we don't have the details, then we want to, sorry, async task, right? Because we're doing an asynchronous method in here. And now we want to return here the, not this, but we want to return a, return a redirect to action, and we want to go back to the index. But you're also going to do a view model.error, sorry, view bag.error equals provider could not be found from, could not be, did not return successfully from the web API. Now let's take a look at the details over here. This looks fine. Let's create the new widget. So, yo, Smart Admin is great, says XL Popa Bear X. I use it all for my interface projects. I do too. I absolutely do too. I've tried a couple of like Bootstrap ones, but this one is great. And it has so many different platforms. It's fantastic. Just getting into programming in Unity, so browsing the channel to see how the pros do it. Oh, I'm not doing Unity today. I'm doing ASP.NET MVC, but it's to connect to my overlay. It's this whole application thing, but I have a overlay that's created in Unity, and then also I do games in Unity, and that's one of the primary things. So there's things up on the YouTube, but only recently have I taken the music out, so they stopped being muted. So if you guys could, check out the YouTube. We don't have a custom link yet. I think I'm like 25 follows away from that because I'm new on the YouTube. This is the first series with it, with no audio or no music. So help it out so we can get the custom URL /liverdevtrying trying as soon as we get it. So anyways, view model here. This is going to be a widget details, right? And it's going to be of a class type called provider view model, right? Okay, that's fine. So let's come back over here and we're going to leave all this. We need to pull up my edit one. I want to grab my information here. Just dump it in. And then we'll take this class here. We'll just take this, see how it comes out. And then those. So then we'll get rid of this stuff here. Looks good. And then we want to add the widget code here. So this is my edit, which is fine. Let's go to my details, dump it in here. And then we want to do, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine, provider registered. This one is the details, that's fine too. And then we're going to render my widget details. But I'm really upset with myself for that. That's fine. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty good all across. And then back over here, I think we already did it, so we got our details set up. Yep, so let's go ahead and check. Oh, we're going to get an error. Is there a public release of this bot as unusable? Not quite yet. Very, very soon. Stay with us. It'll be probably within the next week that we'll get the first little piece up. If you're interested in being a demo or a beta tester, give me a message at liverdevtrying@gmail.com. We'll do the authorization, I think, right now, after we finish this providers piece. When I look at details on it, is it going to work for me now? Bam. First try. Love it. And my edit's going to work. But we need to change in this. Hey, XI Papa Bear 9, thank you for that follow. Appreciate that. Any questions, put them in the channel. And we're all, the main community resides on discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com, so please join us. Let me do my, under my details, this thing is fine, but we wanted to change this to, it's in my widget details, we needed to change this stupid title to a provider registered. And then we have two more, right? We're going to have a create and a delete. So let's just do both of those at one time so it'll go really fast. So we'll create a view here. It's going to be called widget create. That's fine. And then widget delete. So let's take this one, and we're going to put this in both. And then I need to look at my create. And I want to take all of this in my form. We want to dump this right in here, in the body. Okay. This thing had this screwy name called provider create a provider. And then here, we need to come down to the create and add in my details here. This is for navigation, so we want to make sure that this all makes sense here, right? Oh, that wasn't nearly enough, right? That was only one of them. We have to do the other one. Okay, so now this one, we want to add in my details here. Okay, and my delete. Okay, so delete goes up here. But it doesn't have this model. Delete provider there. Registered providers, this is... Why is this there? Are they all there? Yeah. So it's like that. Just so we're consistent. And then we're just going to edit all of these. We'll copy and paste them for the rest. Oh my God, what did I just do? Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. All right, and now this one is providers. And delete here needs something. And we'll run it. I have a TwitchBot project. I'm using Smart Admin, Django, Vue, VS.js, and Python. So you're doing it, you're not using ASP.NET for the back end. I don't know what Django is, to be honest, and or Vue.s. I don't really do too much in Python. I do a lot of .NET. I like .NET. It seems to help things go quick. So let's go ahead and do a create new. Looks like I got this in here twice, right? Okay, here in my create, it says that I have something that's not there. This timestamp we don't want. Right. So we'll do 102, and this will be something like a test, right? Where's all the rest of them? Did I already delete it? So is it not updating these? Or is it not registering? I don't know what's happening. So when I come back over here and I look at my create, let's add this in here, and this is going to be called create provider async. This thing's going to be passing in a provider view model, right? Like that. And this thing will be a task like this. And it's async. And otherwise, we're going to have a view bag dot error equals could not create provider. And then we want to return this to, we want to do a return redirect to action. Call this my index. Shit. No. Yeah. I did this in the wrong place. Hold on. Vue.js is JavaScript framework. Oh, okay. I'm totally with you then. So Vue.js is what you're using to create your view models. I'm using Razor. How do you like Vue.js? Is it something sort of like Angular, and so then you're still using a different piece for the back end, which must be your Python stack? I haven't really given ASP.NET a chance. I'm familiar with VB and C#.NET. Yeah, C# is ASP.NET pretty much. It's pretty powerful, to be honest. It has kind of a significant learning curve, but it's good to be, spread on technologies. For me, I want to make sure that this one's my fundamental backbone, and then I'll move on to other stuff as I go. So this one, we need to remove this. This goes in here, right? And then this whole thing goes here. This is it's a task, async task of this, right? And this returns if it's okay, and otherwise you want to return the view here. Like that. And then you're going to return this view below it. Like that. And now this one, you need to return the view, and it's of a new provider view model, right? And then we have one more down here for delete. This is a GUID, right? And now if I come back up here to my edit, we have something already in here. Do you have try catches? Why? You don't need those. Okay, that's fine. And then right here, this is good. We need this to be a async task, right? Matthias, how is it, man? How you doing? It's been a bit. Good to see you. Move on. How are you? It's good to see you guys. Welcome back to the channel. Just working on stuff, says Shadow. This is a task. How are you guys doing today? I'm going to set up authorization here in just a moment. Okay, so then we're going to grab this provider here, and then I want to delete it. Now here, what you want to do is you want to do a if my await client services dot delete provider async, which is my ID dot toString. Interesting. We'll make this a GUID. I don't know why it's not that way. Whoops, you should spell that right. and like that. And then this is my resource, and then my BLL auth. So Moonbot, I'm probably going to do an identity server here in just a minute with identity 3. Are you going to be around in case I run into anything? I'm mostly curious on how to make it integrate with Entity Framework. We want this to be my bearer token, right? This returns a response. So let's grab this here. So I guess we could just do this instead. And this will be a viewbag.error. Could not delete provider. But you got to do this here. Now you're going to do a var. It's just response. Equals await client services dot get provider async ID resource API, because this isn't passing over the entire view model. This is just passing over that one. So this is wrong. We want to do this as a provider view model. Like that. Right here. Ah, damn it, I did it again. This goes here. And a delete, isn't a delete have a validation token on it? Yeah, it does. So it does have a validation token. This delete one here, you want to, you're not passing anything in. It's just this. Same thing. And then it's my response here is going to be my get provider async. This is a GUID ID, right? Like that. Like that. And this is a return redirect to action to my index. Pretty good. Nice to see you streaming again. Thanks, man. I'm actually streaming every morning, 5:30 to 8 in the morning, believe it or not. And then also now on Saturday and Sunday. So I'm just trying to do it. I'm just trying to get some work done, you know? I know you have to be just having the right hours to see your morning streams. Oh, yeah. I think so. We'll try to help if I can. Yo, Rob, says Hot Pocket. Good to see you programming again. This is... Are you kidding me? Hot Pocket 2 minutes is Ramil? No. Outlaw, fool. How's it going, man? How you doing? Vue.js is similar to AngularJS. It's newer and less learning curve. I love it. What are you doing these days? What's going... That's crazy. Wow. What's going on? Delete here. This is a GUID, right? No, we're passing the whole view model. So this is going to be my... provider view model. Delete provider here is going to be my, oh, this is a async task, right? You still there? Hot Pocket 2 minute? Where are you these days? What are you doing? My email is liverdevtrying@gmail.com, by the way. That should be fine. That should be fine. My create here, my post on my create should also have an anti-validation. Validate anti-validation. So anything that's a post should have one. That's good. And I just want to make sure that that's there. So that looks fine. Let's go ahead and close all this. We should be good to go and we'll run it. I just moved back from Hawaii and I'm living in San Diego. That's awesome. What are you doing for work, man? Are you still programming? Last time I talked with you, you went out there for Katrina relief, I think. So we could almost put that on a calendar, huh? Yeah, absolutely, dude. I'm in Ventura. I'm just around the corner. I actually got married just like 4 months ago, 5 months ago. Ramil, would you know my wife's half Filipino? Oh man. Okay, so let's check it out. So our delete's working here, our back is working here, our edit's working here. Our create should be working. So that's probably why that wasn't working. Test. There we go. So now we should be able to delete this. Oops, oops, oops. So now over here in my delete, I have somewhere in here, I have 2 of these things. Oh, it didn't delete it? Interesting. Hey there, Sound of Gaming. Welcome back to the channel. How are you doing? It's good to see you again. Oh, hell yeah. Congrats, man. I'll make a trip up there, and we'll do lunch or something. That sounds great. Yeah, it's just around the corner. Yeah, I write security code for medical devices. Really? What languages are you writing in? Tell me about that. Are you working locally with somebody, or are you working remote? Hey there, Spitty III. How are you doing? It's good to see you. That's crazy. How'd you find me on here? I got Facebook videos I'm putting up there, too. Or YouTube videos. Man, I sound old. Okay, so that should all be good, but my delete didn't work, so I want to check out why. It says it deleted. Nah, it didn't. This thing is just doing an ID on it. Let me look at the web API that's running. Controllers, alley chat, providers here. If I look at my get provider string ID here, create provider, weird. Oh no, we didn't want that. Okay, and then here, create provider, delete provider. It's passing an ID as a string. So is it because I'm passing this as a... No way that is what's doing it. C# and PowerShell using .NET Framework mostly, but I'll shoot you an email. We can catch up more. Yeah, good to see you, man. That's crazy. I don't do a lot of PowerShell, but I know PowerShell pipeline scripting is really, really, really powerful. I don't do a lot with it, but I do tremendous amount of C# these days. Yeah, shoot me an email, man. XL Poppy Bear says, I might try some XML or some ASP.NET stuff just to see if I like it. So that's definitely not working. So let's look at the web API one more time. That's why. This delete... Oh, dude, you never actually deleted it. Right there. So this one, you're going to call this my var provider, right? And then here, if my provider does not equal to null, then what you want to do is you're going to try to delete this, and it's my GUID here, which is my provider.id, right? But this thing is actually looking for a provider ID, which is fine, but this thing is looking for a... If this delete is successful, then what you want to do is you want to create a response here where your response.provider is equal to null. Let's push this out. I just know this is going to work. All right, let's get it going. Okay, we got that fixed. So now let's go ahead and get our authorization up and going. There we go. So if we were to say delete on that, get a second as it gets token. Providers are good. Providers are, you should want to delete it. We'll delete it. And there, now it's gone. So that is a successful CRUD operation here within template. So let's go ahead and create our accounts. Let me get a cup of coffee real quick.